everyone, it's Fionn and welcome back to my channel, Christina Eva Chanel. I hope you're all well and welcome to another reading vlog. Yep, that was okay. To be honest, I have two reading vlogs in mind that I want to do at the moment. One's a scavenger hunt vlog and then the other one is something else that I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to word it, but that's going to involve reading probably 3 books. So I've told myself I can't do either of those two until I finish or at least make more progress in my March TBR. So in today's video I'm going to be reading or attempting to read 100 pages a day for a week, which is a lot for me, I will put that out there, but I think I can do it. So I'm in the middle of 2 books at the moment. The first is The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent, which I am loving, really loving, and then I'm also reading Freedom is a Constant Struggle by Angela Y. Davis. This book is only 154 pages long, but being non-fiction is very dense. And I've only read 1 chapter of this, 12 pages. So still got a good way to go on this one, and 2 very different things. But I'm enjoying having a few to flick through. I'm mostly reading The Serpent and the Wings of Night because I'm enjoying it so much. But I'll pick this one up every now and then. Other books left on my TBR are... I'd like to read Yellowface because Ben's mum lent it to me and we're seeing her at the end of this month, so if I could have read it then I could return it to her, but we'll see how that one goes. I also have to read Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. That was my poll winner for this month, so I really do have to get to that. And is that it? That's my croc squeaking. Where was I going with that? I wanted to maybe read Killer Instinct by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, but I don't think I'm going to get to that. And then the other one was Assistant to the Villain. Why did I say it like that? Assistant to the Villain by... Is it Hannah Nicole Mira? I think so. But I bought that at the same time as this one. And the reason I put that one on my TBR was because I wanted to get to one of them ASAP. So I'm happy to veto that one because I've read this one. Does that make sense? Yeah, that makes sense. So that's where we're at. With that, let's get going. So I did do a little bit of reading, but I also did quite a lot of dooming, and then I went out for a few hours and now it's 10:30 and I'm going to bed. So I might read a few more pages, but it's not going to be 30, which is how many I've got left. So great start. Day 1 failed, but I'm having a fun time, so who really cares? Jokes that I just filmed this and it wasn't on, but anyway, what I was saying is that it's almost 10:30 on Friday night, day 2 of this challenge, and so far I've read 0 pages, so that's where we're at. You just know what I'm gonna say, don't you? Midday, Saturday, 0 pages read. Good morning though, but irrelevant to what I'm trying to do with this reading challenge, which at this point, is there any point posting it? Who knows? Perhaps the world will never see this, perhaps you will, but yeah, it's just not happening. I did read 11 pages last night. I know. Thank you. Yeah. We're celebrating Mother's Day today, a weekend early. Yeah, so today we've done some stuff together and then my brother and sister are coming over and then we're doing some more stuff together. So, am I gonna do any reading? No! But hey, here we are. my god. What? What is happening? What? Oh my god. So I actually finished my pages yesterday. I know. In fact, I read 101, so I actually overachieved a little bit. I finished The Serpent and the Wings of Night last night. It was incredible. It was just incredible. I don't know what else to say. It might have even been 5-star. If not, it was at least a 4.5. It was just amazing. I loved it. I absolutely devoured it. I thought it was magnificent. I loved it. I feel like that sounds really insincere, but it's not. It's true. But that's where I got to. So I'm still reading Freedom is a Constant Struggle, but the thing is with this book, I know that I need to be actively reading it. Like, what I'm reading is important to me, and I know that I'm not going to take it in if I try and read it cover to cover. So I am reading this alongside other stuff. The first obviously was The Serpent and the Wings of Night, but this evening I've also started Yellowface by R.F. Kuang, which I think most people who've read this seem to love it, or at least like it. I've literally read 6 pages so far, so I can't tell you anything, but I'm excited. I'm just so excited to read the next one in the Crowns of Nyaxia series, which is The Serpent and the Wings of Night is book 1. I've been into town today to pick up the second one already. I cannot wait. I'm so excited, but I'm going to read this next. And then I have one more book left on my March TBR after that, which is Love and Other Words. So I think I should be able to at least start it this month, which is good enough for me. It is the 23rd of March today. This is 319 pages. This is 154 and I've read 38. So I'd like to finish both of these this month, and then I should be able to start Love and Other Words and see where we get to from there. But it's all very exciting. But yeah, today I've read 28 pages, I think. So I'm absolutely not reading 100 pages today. I'm about to go to bed. But is literally anybody surprised? No. Good morning. It's Monday morning, so 3 days left of this challenge, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I really want to try and get my 100 pages a day for these last 3 days. To be honest, I'd quite like to try and catch up on the pages I missed, but that means 159 pages a day when I have work. And I don't think it's impossible, but if I do it, it probably means I don't do any uni work. So it's kind of a lose-lose. I actually was trying to be sensible and do work this morning, but my laptop's dead. So I'm going to swap things around, read a bit now, hopefully work later, although I really find it hard to be motivated for that later in the day. But hopefully I will, because I've been so behind lately and it's just awful. I managed to catch up for my assignment and I just want to try and stay there now that I've submitted that, although I'm already behind again, so. But it's fine, I can do it. I can do it. Try and get 100 pages by today. That is an hour and 40 minutes of reading, which is a lot to do around work and like housework and other such things. But I can give it my best shot. Even if I don't do it, I'm still going to have been doing more reading than I would usually, because I'm trying to do more. But yeah, to catch up completely would be 2 hours and 40 minutes, which is wildly ambitious. let's see where these 3 days take us.
Every minute slipping by, even when I close my eyes, ruthless I know. You might even wonder why I go MIA sometimes. I can't deny. Try to hold on to the things I can't keep. Slipped through my fingers, I was losing control. Took a couple months till you knocked on my door. Sat by the sea while the waves fell asleep.
It's Wednesday, the last day of this challenge, and I think the last time I spoke to you in terms of pages was to tell you that Saturday I read 101. I don't think anyone will be surprised to know that it all went downhill from there. So on Sunday I read 28. Yeah, Monday 95. So I'm happy with that. I literally couldn't have kept my eyes open any longer to read those final 5. I'm happy with that. It was a very good effort. And then yesterday, Tuesday, I read 63. So not fantastic, but again, I literally fell asleep reading. So I couldn't have done any more. I mean, I could have done more earlier in the day. But so today I am literally just going to read as much as I can, as much as possible, and see how many pages that is, and hope that it's over 100.
Try to hold on to the things I can't keep. Through my fingers, I was losing control. Took a couple months till you knocked on my door. Sat by the sea while the waves fell asleep. Didn't even know what I should have let go. Thought I knew the way and I knew
Wow,
I should.
I wasn't expecting that.
Spend all my day.
I did it. I read 100 pages yesterday. In fact, I read 101. So you can call that what you like, but I'm calling it a win. I would say the week on the whole was somewhat of a fail. However, I read way more than I normally read in a week, so I'm not complaining. But to recap, I have read 3 books in this video. The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent, Freedom is a Constant Struggle by Angela By Davis, and Yellowface by Rebecca F. Kwong. I'm still reading these 2, but I did finish The Serpent and the Wings of Night earlier in the week. So for a little recap, on day 1, which was Thursday last week, I read 82 pages of this one. You cannot see that. I read 82 pages of this one and 2 pages of this one for a total of 84. Friday I read 11. We don't need to talk about that one. Saturday I read 99 pages of this one and finished it, and then just 2 pages of this one, which got me up to 101 in total. So that was one of the 2 successful days of the challenge. Sunday I read 22 pages of this one, and then I started Yellowface just with the first 6 pages before I went to bed, so that got me 28. And then Monday I read another 90 of this and 5 of this, so that was 95 in total. Tuesday I read 21 of this and 42 of this, which was 63 in total. And then yesterday, Wednesday, I read 85 pages of Yellowface and 16 pages of Freedom is a Constant Struggle, with a total of 101. So that means my total for the week was 483 out of 700, which is way over half. I'll give myself that. And like I said, it is more pages than I usually read in a single week, I think. Is it? I'm gonna go with yeah. But that's it. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.